Hi everybody, this is Kushan Maro's Movie Corner, and today I'm gonna tell you my opinion on the movie genre. So here we go. First up, action. The action, the genre is awesome, cool, and cool. And this is is associated with particular types of sparticle, sparticle. For it's for it's like the examples. Uh, my favorite action movies are Die Hard, the Die Hard trilogy, and 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 our Die Hard trilogy, and 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 the Hitman's Bodyguard, which I did watch it on Netflix recently, and etc. And the next movie genre is adventure. The adventure the adventure movie genres is awesome. And and if and 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 this is the empires a narrative that is defined by a journey, often including some form of pursuit, and it's usually located within a fantasy or exit site setting. Typically, though not always, such stories include the quest narrative, the predio doping in emphasis on violence and fighting in action films is the typical difference between the two genres. And is for my favorite adventure movies are Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy and etc. So yeah, and 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 the next movie genres is animation. The animation films are the and the and the animation movie genre is great, is is good, good, is good, is good and great. Is action is disaster film, heroic bloodshed, martial arts film, spy film, and superhero film. And the action adventure films like a pirate film, swashbuckler film, and samurai film. Anyways, back to action film. Back to animated film. And the animated films are CG, and the animation film is a film medium in which the film images are primarily primarily actors. Animation can otherwise incorporate any genre and subgenre as and it's often confused as a genre itself. The subgenres are CGI animation, cutout animation, live action animated film, stop motion film, claymated, and traditional animation. And, and my favorite animated films are Snow White and the Seven Star, Disney animated films, and Dreamers animated films, etc. Next up, next up, comedy. The comedy films are funny and great and good, and 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 this is a definite by events that are primarily intended to make the audience laugh. And the genres are action comedy film, buddy comedy, dark black comedy film, mockumentary, parody film, including spoof film, romantic comedy, and slapstick film. and my favorite comedy films are Clueless, Mean Girls, etc. And 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 next up is drama, and drama and the genre and this genre is this drama genre is really great, but it's emotional, and this is a focus on emotions and defined by conflict, often looking to reality rather than sensationalism. And and this and and the subgenres of drama are legal drama, medical drama, melodrama, political drama, docudrama, and teen drama. And my favorite drama movies are The Godfather, Kramer versus Kramer, and etc. And 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 the next movie genres is documentary. And the documentary, the genre is interesting and great. And 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 he and this is a documentary is narrated by various actors, and the narrator talks about the stuff like that. And 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 the, my favorite documentary films are March of the Penguins and and Disney nature films and others. And and my favorite and my next movie genre is fantasy. The fantasy genre movies are good, and the films defined by situations that transcend natural laws and or by settings inside a fictional universe with narratives that are often inspired by or involve human myths. The genres typically incarnates non-specific concepts such as magic, mythological creatures, and supernatural elements. The sub the sub the sub the sub the subgenres of fantasy are contemporary fantasy, dark fantasy, high epic fantasy, and urban fantasy. And my favorite fantasy movies are Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Labyrinth, and others. And the next movie genres is historical film. And historical movies are great. And the films that either provide more or less accurate representations of historical accounts or despite despite of it. And the subgenres of historical films are alternate history, biopic, historical epic, historical event, historical fiction, and period piece. And my favorite historical films are The Longest Day and etc. And my next movie genre is horror. And the horror movies are awesome and cool. And the films that seek to elicit fear or disgust in the audience of entertainment purfor- pur- purposes. And and the the subgenres of horror are found footage, ghost films, monster movie, vampire films, werewolf films, slasher films, splatter film, and zombie film. And my favorite horror movies are Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, Dawn of the Dead 2004 film, and other horror films. And and my next movie genres are romance. The romance movies the romance movie genres is good, and 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 the movie and the sub genres of romance are dra- drama romance, comedy romance, and yeah. And my favorite romance movies are Ghost and etc. And and my next movie genres are science fiction film. And science fiction movie genres is awesome. And my and the films are defined by a combination of imaginative speculation and specifically or scientific or technological premise, making use of changes and tracking of technology and science. This genre often incorporates space, biology, energy, time, and any other observable science. And the subgenres mo- subgenres of science fiction are dystopian film, pop, post ap, apol- uh, apocalyptic film, military science fiction, subpunk film, tech noir, opium film, and space opera. And my favorite science fiction movies are Star Wars prequels, Back to the Future trilogy, Total Recall, Minority Report, and etc. And and my and the next movie genre is thriller, thriller, and and the thriller movies are 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 great and good, and the films that engross inspiration, excitement, and suspense in the audience. The suspense element found in most films plots is particularly implemented by a filmmaker is this genre. Tension is created by delaying what the audience sees as inevitable and it's built through situations that are mess, messing or where escape seems impossible. And my subgenres of thriller are but psychological thriller, mystery film, and technical thriller. And my favorite thriller films are all of them. And my final movie genre is western. And 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 the western movies are great. And this is a genre in which films are set in the American West during the 19th century and embodies the spirit, the struggle, and the demise of the new frontier. These films will often feature horse riding, violent and non-violent, and my favorite Western movies are True Grit, the 2010 remake, A Million Ways to Die in the West, and others. And there you have it. That's all I would like to tell about about my and that's it. I would like to tell you my opinion on the movie genres. And if you love or hate the movie genres, but that's fine with me. You already know the drill. And thanks for watching this video. And don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe on my channel, and turn on push notifications if you haven't yet. Hope you enjoyed, and until then, this is Christian Maro's Movie Corner signing